Hey everybody, it's Dana with CoachDanaInspires.com, and we are so happy you're here for Business Inspiration. We're going to have a great interview today. We have a great guest, and that is Velma Knowles. And Velma is a such a business strategist, and we are going to be talking today about achieving sustainable growth. Hello, who doesn't want to have sustainable growth? So this is what we're going to be talking about today. For those of you who don't know who I am a coach for women entrepreneurs. I help you find exactly your perfect client, charge what you're worth, and we go out and we change the world all together. So let's get back to our fabulous guest. Velma, how are you?
Hey, Dana, and hello, everyone. I am doing well. I'm doing really well, and I'm so excited. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm excited to be with you. Dana inspires, and I know I love to be around people that inspire me. So I'm doing really well. I have the best clarity about my business than ever before. So, we've just come out of this pandemic, or we're in, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, figuring this out together. I think one of the greatest things is the fact that I know I have, and I believe that most people have found gratitude, and we've said, you know what, I've got more clarity. So I'm doing well. I have more clarity about my business, and I'm excited about possibilities.
Yes, and I think so. And your clients, the business people that you speak to, your colleagues, are they equally as excited now that we're over a year past being locked down? What are you hearing from them? Are they just as clear on where they're going?
Yeah, I think clarity is one of the things for sure that I've been hearing. It's like, when I talk to my coaching clients, they're like, Velma, I've had so much time that I was so busy before on this hamster wheel, and it's an opportunity. I think like they say, I've got an opportunity to reset priorities, right? And reset my focus. If 2020 has taught us anything, it's taught us that our health is so important, right? So my clients are saying, I've got more clarity, Velma. I feel like I have a sense of direction. And I think also, Dana, it's like people are realizing just how strong and resilient that we are. So they're feeling good about it. I mean, it's been a challenge, but when you can, you don't have mountains to look at. You have mountains to climb, and it's when you get to the top of the mountain that you actually appreciate the view. But climbing that mountain is tough, and I think that people have just realized. My clients are saying, "I feel so much more focused. I feel so much more confident now in my abilities." Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm hearing the exact same thing, that people are just feeling so much more positive than ever before. I just love that. I love that. So, what can we as entrepreneurs, business people, now that here we are, we've got this focus, this clarity. What can we do right now to really leap forward and make a difference in our business?
Wow. So I gave some thought to that because so much has happened that business owners, you and I, we're business owners, and the audience here today, if you're listening to this, you're a business owner, and you know that you have either gotten bitter or gotten better. And our hope is that you got better through all of this. And one of the things that is happening is entrepreneurs have really begun to reimagine what else they could do, what else you could do with your business. And I think that's opened up a lot of opportunities. There's three strategies that I believe really going forward, and I've applied this to myself. So I take my own medicine, right? Is that we can all do. And the first strategy is don't be afraid to try something new. All right. Trying something new. Most of my virtual training programs now are done out of my studio bedroom, right? That we've converted, right? But before, I spent all my time in front of folks, my clients in the actual office locations or boardrooms and so forth, strategic planning sessions. Everything's being done virtually. And I'm not the tech savvy person. So if you're like me, hey, kindred spirits here. And I just said, I can't be afraid of this. I got to get in front of it.
Right.
And I'm just so proud of so many businesses and leaders that have said, I got to embrace something new. So first strategy, try something new. Adapt and offer a different way of servicing your clients. And start small too, right? We don't have to build $1 million program, right?
Yeah.
The second strategy that I think can help move us all forward is to stay in touch and top of mind. And what I mean by that is, in the end, the thing that matters most is the people, not the profit. If you care about people, your profit will follow. And when, for example, I gifted services free. I did some public speaking events free virtually, and I did that. And what has happened now is I'm getting booked because of it, because people are saying, you were there when we needed you. And I want to encourage all of us to take that strategy, stay in touch, be top of mind, and give with the intent of really helping people. I don't know who said it, but somebody real famous and said that it doesn't, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yes.
So you stay top of mind by caring about your customers and seeing what they need. And then the third strategy is to remain confident. I posted on LinkedIn, and I try to, be inspiring to share and encourage. And I posted that failure is not what causes us to quit. Discouragement does. Yeah. So you have to stay confident. You have to say, you know what? I started this business because I had a dream and it was doing well, and things will go up and down. We'll get hit and punched and knocked off, but we got to get back up and we got to be confident in what we want to do. And so same here, we can't just bawl and cry over this. We got to pick ourselves up, be confident, and go forward. Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. These are 3 really great tips. Try something new, adapt. That is fabulous. Stay in touch, because people, the relationships, that matters. That's tops. Profit follows the relationship building. Absolutely. And then remain confident. Wow. These are really, really great. I love that. So how are, when you deal with your customers and your clients and your colleagues, how are leaders growing themselves and their teams?
Yeah. So, before it was all about growing the business, right? Pre-pandemic, people spent, especially us as leaders, we spent so much time in the business trying to grow the business. And because that's what we felt we needed to do. Sure. But what has happened now is there is so much more learning virtually, right? That you can in your PJs. And I tell people that when I send out, I do my training, I'm like, you can come in your PJs for this one, right? You don't even have to dress up. But people are attending more live seminars. They are getting more books to read, believe it or not, the books, magazines, and articles. And people they're investing in coaches. I've had people raise their hand and say, I heard you speak 8 months ago, and I knew I would need you. And then they called, and I'm sure you see that, right?
Yes, I do.
They invest in a coach. So that's very important. And then I think the other thing that they're doing is they're saying, how can I belong to different groups and communities? So we see a lot of that happening, whether it's a Facebook community or whether it's LinkedIn, and you belong to a group, networking, like, speed dating online, but people are networking, and that is opening up just a world of ideas and a world of possibilities on potential customers and even partners.
Yeah, I really like that. I think that's really a good point. Is, I think after that, during the lockdown, I think we realized how much even the most introverted of people out there, and who you are, because I am not one. You realize that really it's that connection that we do need. And I think it's really a great thing to hear that people are realizing that and doing something about it, which I think's fabulous. So now that we're sort of semi post the COVID,
Right.
certainly post lockdown, what are business leaders doing differently today to drive growth in their business?
Yeah. And so what I've seen with my clientele, my customers, and the majority are either, in the government sector or in the association world, because I deal with a lot of member organizations, nonprofits, those that have a mission and a cause. Like I always say, their purpose is bigger than their profit, right? And it follows it. It's a matter of the heart, not the head. What I've seen that they're doing is they're really tapping into their resources that before it used to be, you have a job to do and you were defined by that title and you were doing that. Now it's become more about, less about the job and more about what are your ideas for us to be able to grow the business, to connect more with our members. So I see a lot more of alignment of resources outside of job title and expertise, and more around expanding opportunities. That's one thing for sure.
Yeah.
The second thing that Dana, that I see happening is that, the importance of value, being relevant with good value. So I speak on, value and being able to really tap into what's important, what's in your promise to someone. And so with associations, their value proposition has become so much more fundamental than it has in the past.
Yeah.
And I've seen organizations, I've seen individuals even say, what's my personal value? What's my leadership value? What's my value proposition for why you should do business with me? So getting clear on that value has been a huge thing I've seen happen.
Yeah. Wow. I like that. And I think value is definable in several different ways. Do you find that?
Yeah, it is. And, you have to thy own self be true, and you have to figure out what is it that is of value first for you that you want to stand by, that you can put out a promise and you can deliver on it. And then two, you have to make that value relevant to the people that are your members or your customers that you serve. Because without relevance and without personalization, it's just, it's like throwing spaghetti on the wall and hoping something sticks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to be relevant.
Yeah. And we know how that spaghetti works, so let's not do that. Okay. So, during all this, just rediscovering what we really are meant to be doing and finding our value, which I think is just so fabulous. So how are leaders, how are they communicating with their customers and with their prospects differently? I mean, how are we talking? How are we speaking differently? Are we talking, to them, with them? I mean, is that all part of this?
Well, I think it's become a time where customer relationship management has like become as the top of mind, right? Before it was like businesses are here to get a transaction. And now it's like, no, it's about the relationship. And it's like, over and over, how do I best serve those customers? And so they're communicating in a way that's more one-to-one versus, and that's tough because you have to, depending on the size of your business, if you've got this huge volume of clients and customers, then you're like, well, how do I talk to them one-on-one? Well, there's so many ways you can personalize today with technology, but I'm not the techie person. That's for another video with Dana that inspires you. However, you can build those one-on-one relationships. I was talking to a peer of mine the other day, and she said, I sent out 1,200 just messages on LinkedIn, and I got 300 and some people respond back. And I was just saying, would you have virtual coffee with me? Now, if you've got 40, good clients or, or whatever, if you got 400, not all of them are going to respond, but email out to them, provide them value. Like think about what they want that can help their business, and you're going to become that resource, that go-to person for that. So yeah, I think that customers have the ability, and we as customers too, you could see through like when there's canned empathy, and when people are just not doing something for you to help you grow. Now, don't quote me on this, but wasn't it Zig Ziglar that said, if you help enough people get what they want, then, you finish the quote, you will get what you want.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So see, somebody else famous said that too.
I tell you, that Zig Ziglar guy, he did say a lot of really good stuff.
Yeah.
And that's one of them. And I think it's very, very true. And are you finding that, like you said earlier, you did some, free speaking, because people needed it. And now you think back and you go, oh, Velma, yeah,
that's right.
She's talked about this. I want that. And that has happened to me. I've gotten a couple clients just because they watch this business inspiration and they're thinking, I think I need to learn some of this or that, so it's wonderful to reach out and be of value. When someone says, I really learned something from that today, nothing feels better than you walk away going, I gave them something they can use.
Sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. Wow. Really great stuff. Now, you have on your website, which is velmaknowles.com.
Right.
You are giving away free a bonus leadership growth pack. So all they have to do is email you. Is this correct? And you will send that to them for free. Yeah. Wow, that is fabulous. Now, what is in this little pack that they're going to be getting?
Right, yeah. So in the package, it actually has 3 different components on it. One is talking about the real questions that as leaders you need to be asking yourself. So it's kind of like let me sit back and ask myself these questions in there. So there's some essential questions that every leader needs to ask. And my challenge is that most of us don't spend time, really digging into those. That's one thing. Then there's a toolkit on how to motivate your team moving forward, because I don't know, it's been very tough to motivate yourself. And so this helps you motivate with heart. See, I subscribe to the philosophy that there's 18 inches between your head and your heart. And it's called the heart method of motivation. So I'm going to share that. I'm going to give that away. Wow. It's a really cool thing that you can check off and say, I could do this, or I don't have to do that one. And you just pick the ones that you can do and that are relevant to your environment. So it includes, and then there's another surprise that is a resource that they can use.
All right. Okay. Super duper. Wow. This is really good. And speaking of great resources, you have written a couple of books, young lady.
I did. Yes.
Do you have them available there?
I do, because yes, I have them here in the backdrop, but I've got live copies. So this is The Valuable Leader. It's 7 steps to greater growth, value, and influence. It's my first. It's the the debut book, if you will, and I wrote this book in 2018 when this came out. It was my first time doing it. So very, I like to say I broke an artery on this one, because it's got some dynamic stories in it. And at the end of every chapter, there's a link where you can go to see a video, short video. I think it's less than maybe 2 minutes, maximum 2.5 minutes, that I've done on the chapter, just recapping. But it's I always say this is chicken soup for the soul, but it's chicken soup for the leaders. So great stories in it about valuable leaders.
Nice.
Yeah. And then you can tell I'm all into your value, right? So then in 2019, I published The Valuable Communicator. This went to a bestseller for Amazon. Yeah, I know. So this is 7 keys to unlock your personal and professional success. And this is all about, leveraging our words, our body language, how we communicate. Because if it's one thing we do every day, just about every minute, is we communicate whether that's listening, speaking, silent treatment with the body language. So yeah, those are,
yeah,
I know, right?
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, you're going to get an email from me, so you can send me that little bonus pack. Absolutely. Great. I love the books. I think they're fabulous. Good stuff. So let me get some information that these folks can how they can get to you and get some of this information. So Velma Knowles, and so it's velmaknowles.com. You want to check out her website. If you're interested in this bonus pack with these 3 fabulous, a toolkit. Hello, who doesn't need a toolkit that's going to actually help you out? So there's 3 nicely little packages in there in this one bonus pack that she's going to send you. So you just want to email Velma at velmaknowles.com so that you can get this free bonus pack. I'm really excited about that. If you have questions for her, here's her phone number, here's her email. Check out her website. This has been just, I mean, I'm just telling you, we could talk for another, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes, an hour, who knows what, about giving value. And I love the fact that that's important to you, Velma, because I think that's where we need to be looking to serve our customers is with values. And I hope our viewers are on the same page as us, as let's give value to the people out there. Do you have one more little tidbit you want to toss out? You want to hit what are your points a little harder on the head? Anything you want to wrap up with?
You know, I guess I would just go back to the one point I would give you is that to stay confident. I think most of all of this, you know, and like I said, it's not failure that causes us to quit. So if you've tried something and you failed, actually you've learned through it, right? So failure is not what causes someone to quit. It's discouragement. And so I really want to instill I want to help inspire through Dana Inspires anyone that's watching this to be confident, believe in yourself. You know, I can't promise you that your growth will be easy, whether it's your business or your personal growth, but I can promise you you're worth it.
Yeah, without a doubt. On that word, you can't top that one. Can't top that. I love it. And real quick again, I'm just going to show your contact information. So people who are interested, Velma at velmaknowles.com. Email Velma, ask her questions, give her a call, check out her website. She's a great speaker, a lot of fun to talk to, as you can tell here. So reach out to Velma. And if I can be of any service to you, help you out in any way, would you like to be a guest on the interview show? Let me know. If you know somebody who would be a great guest, send them my way. There's my information right down there. And in the meantime, be out there, get out, and let's inspire the world. Let's inspire our businesses and our customers. And for goodness sakes, always be kind. Thank you, Velma. You've been fabulous.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you, everyone.